Monarchs a 3-0 start to this WNBA season, and Krista, no one could ask for anything more.
Boy, not only 3-0, doing it out on the road and doing it against Western Conference opponents. And Jim, you know it's going to be close in the West this year, so come playoff time, these games are going to mean something.
One thing we know is that this Monarchs team certainly has plenty of new faces, but it's one familiar old face, Yolanda Griffith, continuing to do the job.
She is looking for her shot, and her teammates are finding her. She's had double-doubles in 2 of the 3 games so far, and she is shooting an impressive 70% from the floor. Just phenomenal, really getting it done. A double-double in Minnesota. She comes off of that, so her teammates got to find a way to find her there tonight.
As she goes, so goes this team.
Absolutely. Catching's a phenomenal athlete, but she has come in a little inconsistent this year, scoring below double figures in 2 of their 4 games, but don't be fooled. This is a player in her 3 years, every single season, has led the Fever in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. She can do everything, and she has gotten range from anywhere on the court. She can score in bunches. They got to know where she is at all times.
All right, thanks, Jim. Well, Tisha, quick start for you guys. It looked like you were going to get out on a roll. Things were working offensively. What changed?
A lot of turnovers. I don't think we're taking care of the ball like we're supposed to. And
I know this team mixes up the defense quite a bit. You worked on a lot of that, though. What is it that they're doing so well?
They double up on the post.
Still in it a whole second half. Thanks, Tish. Good luck in the second half. All right, Jim, back to you.
All right, thanks, Gary. Well, I am joined by the 2005 Most Valuable Player of the WNBA, Cheryl Swoops. First of all, Cheryl, congratulations. You're a 3-time MVP. What makes this season similar or different compared to the other 2?
Wow. You know, I think both of them.
No Tina Thompson early in the season. That was another strain, I guess, and some stress that you probably took on your shoulders. How did you have to prepare yourself mentally to have another MVP year?
You know, coming into this season, I think we all knew that we were going to play the majority of the season without Tina.
It was a phenomenal season. Congratulations again. Go out and enjoy the rest of the finals here, and I hope we see you back here many, many years.
Well, thank you. I plan on it. Thank you.
All right, Gary, that's the MVP of the 2005 WNBA season, Cheryl Swoops. We send it back to you in the studio.
Let's go back to NBA TV's Krista Blunk, who's once again joining us from Arco Arena.
All right, thanks, Gary. Joining me, John Wisnett, the head coach of the Sacramento Monarchs. And, Coach, a tough loss in Game 2. What did you say to your team after that one to get them past it? Tisha Pinachero, not quite as effective in Game 2 as Game 1. What can we expect from her here today?
Well, we don't.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck to you guys here in Game 3. You're finally back home in Sacramento.
Thanks.
All right, Gary, I'm going to send it back to you in the studio.
We mentioned at the top, Big Ten versus Pac-10. How about a couple of other numbers? 2 top 25 teams, and both teams, Krista, know the importance of playing a very difficult non-conference schedule.
You're right. They both do. They know they have to play some of the toughest teams. You got to beat the best to be the best. But UCLA in particular, not happy with the way they finished things last year. Lost in the first round of the tournament. They want to prove to everybody they deserve to be one of the top teams in the nation.
Purdue, a lot of turnover this year, but they still have a really good point guard, and she's tall too, in Katie Gerald.
Katie Gerald's just a sophomore, but she sets the pace for the offense of this team. Last year's leading 3-point shooter. This year struggling a bit, shooting just 16%, but she's been struggling with a sprained thumb, and this is a player they'd love to see get the hot hand soon.
The one that really makes them go is Nikki Blue. I think one of the top 5 guards in all the country.
So impressive for so many reasons, but in particular because of her quickness with the ball and her vision of the court. She doesn't lead the team in any one particular category, but she does a little bit of everything. She's been struggling with a sprained ankle, but you'd never know she's not 100%.
Should be a good one.
Rich Cellini, Krista Blunk. Little defense being played in this championship game.
Yeah, it is. It's different intensity, and here we see Kayla Hess kind of just hanging out there, just waiting to see what's going to happen because Clarendon's down low. Then she drops down. You see her come down. Where's everybody else? Jump to the ball, sagging in the lane. Everybody knows where the basketball is. The help side D, perfect, and it leads to a steal. Now, this is a player that redshirted a couple of years ago, and she can take it from one end to the other. Excellent ball handler. You can see the vision, trying to figure it out. She realizes a little bit slower defender on her. Going to take it right at her, and that's something she does very well. Gets herself to the free throw line. You know, in their win against Portland, she went there 14 times, so she's not afraid, although she can stick the three. She's not afraid to get physical. Defense is going to be a big key. Belzer, one of the best on this team, so aggressive, but we saw this in practice. You got to get Rivio to turn. You got to get him to make a decision, go into the lane. You don't want him spotting up outside by himself.
No, he'll pull up and shoot it right in your face. Dominating inside, Krista, and J.P. Batista's one of them.
Yeah, in particular, and he's a rebounding machine, but he's also got a nice soft touch, and Turioff knows how to finish. Talk about power. He's got it. Morrison struggled a little bit. He got into some foul trouble, but able to find his shot finally.
Has really turned the tide.
Just wearing him down. They also started to run with it a little bit. They liked the transition game. USD's defense did a nice job in slowing that down early on, but the rebounding really a big factor, really crashing the glass.
And the Toreros had the hot hand early, shooting almost 60% in the first, let's say 7 minutes of the game, but they've cooled off considerably. How much of that is poor shot selection? How much of that is good defense?
I do think it looked like they might have been rushing things a little bit. There were a couple of shots that we saw that we thought, that's not what Brad Holland wants from his team. He wants them to work it inside and out. If they're going to take those outside shots, it's because they've already worked it in. They didn't get anything inside. They're going to come back out and try to find an open look.